Honestly, I want to sue Spirit Airlines. I hate that airline. I hate that airline with everything in my being. The first time I ever flew Spirit, I went my whole life never flying Spirit, right? I flew any other airline. Alaska, Delta, American, whatever. Hawaiian, like just anything. Anything but Spirit. The first time I ever flew, I get to my destination and go to the baggage claim. Nothing comes out. It's empty. Everyone's baggage had been picked up, and I'm standing there just like for an hour. It's nowhere to be found. I call people, I make a report online, I go through this entire process. No bag. Mind you, I had just bought a laptop. I'd never flown with it before. I have my laptop. I have all my skincare products. I had just went shopping and bought a bunch of new clothes for a trip. All my makeup. My toothbrush. My Sonicare toothbrush. Like, everything. Everything important to me in my whole life was in that bag. Not to mention it was my favorite suitcase that I got in Hawaii when I left Hawaii. Anyway. Nothing. A week goes by. They say, sorry, we don't know where your bag is. There's no update. I said, how do you not know? Did it get on the plane or no? If it got on the plane, then it must have come off the plane, right? Because that's how it works. Like, they don't just leave suitcases in the bottom of the plane. Like, they take them out and they put them on a truck thingy and then they pull them into the airport. Like, where's my bag? It was tagged. It had identifying tags to let you know whose bag it was, what flight it was supposed to be on, where its destination was. There was no connecting flight. There was no layover. It was just a direct flight. Like, where's my bag? So 2 weeks go by, and the trip ends, and I literally had to just go buy new shit and wear random things. Like, it really ruined my trip. To be honest, it did. I spent the whole time wondering, am I gonna get my laptop back? Ever? Am I ever gonna see it again? Eventually, somehow, they found information that for 2 weeks, I went to the airport. It was a small airport, too. It's not even like LAX or whatever. It's Burbank. I go to them, and I'm just talking to the people at Spirit at the gate, and I'm like, hello, where's my bag? They're like, we don't know. We don't know, sorry. You can file the report online, and then you can report how much you lost, and we'll compensate you. I said, what? So you're saying my shit is just gone? This can't be real. Oh, it was very real. So I filed all the reports and estimated, put all the receipts, proof of my purchases, everything, to verify what was in that bag and how much it was worth and how much they needed to pay me. They found my bag. Before I could finalize the report, they found it. And I was like, so where was it this whole time? And why did you find it as soon as I reported that there was like $2,000 worth of stuff in there? Something's a little fishy. It's almost like they're running a ring of like losing people's bags and then selling the internal belongings or something. I don't know. But I got my bag back after the vacation was over. Right before I went home. And then I vowed to myself, I will never fly Spirit Airlines ever again. But unfortunately, I ended up on a last minute trip. I had a budget. I needed to stick within the budget. And the easiest way for me to do that was to book Spirit instead of Frontier for some of the flights. I did book Frontier. Frontier is bae. I love Frontier. They're a great airline. The people that were running everything were awesome. Things were smooth. The pilots were good. The amenities were good. I was happy with it. I have nothing against Frontier Airlines. They are real. Love them. Spirit Airlines can get fucked. Anyway, I booked some Spirit Airline trips. They made me miss my first flight. That ended up being delayed. They wouldn't let me on the plane. The plane was an hour late. I could have got on. They made me have a whole mental breakdown. They made me go all the way to the airport and then have to either sit there until 9 p.m. the next day, which, mind you, it was like 2 in the afternoon or something. 4 in the afternoon. And they said, oh yeah, tomorrow at 9 another flight leaves. I don't have Uber money to get back home. I took a bus from Union Station. My friend drove me from my home to Union Station, dropped me off. I took a bus from Union Station to LAX. Meaning I would have to do the same thing to go home at 5 o'clock, like rush hour. Or sit at the airport waiting several hours, get on a bus. And if you've ever been to LAX, you don't want to get on, you don't even want to go through that once, let alone twice, and then do it again the next day. That was just the tip of the iceberg. Like, at this point, I'm frustrated, and I'm like, this sucks. And then they put me on another flight, and then they charged me $100 for that flight. They charged me $100 to get on a plane I needed to go on to get to my other 3 flights that I had to get on, connecting in other cities to get to my destination. Otherwise, I was going to lose out on all of the money for all of the bookings. So not only did they make me miss my first flight, but then the flight they put me on had a connecting flight to Houston. And then it became from LAX to Detroit, Detroit to Orlando, Orlando to Atlanta. Like, all of this trouble just to get to Atlanta, Georgia. I never in my life thought I would have to take 4 planes to get to Georgia. No. I never thought I'd have to sit at an airport for 24 hours collectively just waiting because I had no other option. I didn't have anywhere to stay in any of these places early or late. Like, I had my itinerary mapped out. So then it was like, oh, you're going to be there early? So I ended up going to a Korean spa and just paying $40 to sleep on the heated floor and jacuzzi for a little bit. And then I ended up sleeping on tables, floors, chairs at the airport in Atlanta multiple times because they fucked me. Like, they truly did. They just fucked me. They did. They made my whole trip so much more complicated and stressful and exhausting than it ever should have been. The flight that they put me on was delayed, and because it was delayed, I missed my connecting flight. So I had to wait 12 hours at the airport. Overnight, mind you. If it was during the day, it'd be one thing. But overnight. So I couldn't even take the train to go to the women's spa because the train stops running at 1 and it was 1:15 or 1:30 a.m. So Spirit Airlines, I will seek revenge. I'm the type of person, I never want revenge for anything, but no, I'm coming for you. I'm going to find a good lawyer. I'm going to find other people. I met people at the airport who you also fucked, who were on their way to a funeral. So not only are they already grieving and sad and suffering, and they're not on a fun vacation, they're going on a trip to be with their family and grieve someone dying. And you fucked them. And you ruined their trip, and you delayed things that they had to sit in Detroit with me. Thank God I had a friend in Detroit. I was able to take 3 buses and 2 trains, or whatever it was, in an Uber, from downtown Atlanta, or downtown Detroit, sorry, it's a blur. The trip was a blur, because why the fuck did I... It all happened for a reason, but no, it did not need to be like that, Spirit. You can suck my whole dick and balls. I cannot stand that airline. It needs to go away. They need to be deleted from existence. They need to be bought by Frontier and managed by Frontier because Frontier knows what they're doing. Spirit is an evil, disgusting, depraved organization and company. And I hate them. Truly, I've only flown Spirit 2 times in my life, and they were both the worst experiences I've ever had in an airport or on an airline. And that's saying a lot because airports not technically always fun. Flying on a plane, it gets boring. Your ass starts to hurt. You're cramped. You can't sleep. There's some baby crying. There's someone sneezing and coughing next to you. There's someone throwing up. Some baby shitting itself. Like, someone farting next to you. Like, that's not fun. Your nose is all dried out. Your eyes are all dried. Whoa, an airplane just passed over my head. Ah! Anyway. Fuck Spirit Airlines. All my homies hate Spirit Airlines. I'm gathering all the people I need and we're going to do class action lawsuit and take you down. Bye. Bye.